What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. This time we're going to be analysing the Manchester City game, home game against Chelsea. Wow, who'd have thought they'd see this coming? Absolutely incredible. So let's start off first by looking at the teams. First big surprise, Zinchenko at left back. I don't think anyone would have predicted that. That is one of the biggest surprises we've seen of the season. I can't explain. He wasn't even in the squad for the last Premier League game, yet he automatically comes in and goes in at left back. And he didn't look out of place, really, did he? I'd have thought it'd be more sensible to have gone with Laporte, which is what I was expecting to see at left back, or even Danilo. Pep goes for the bold call instead. Get it? Bold. Oh, it's terrible. I'll get my coat. But brilliant from Pep. Genius. Absolutely genius. David Silva and Leroy Sané onto the bench. Gundogan and Kevin De Bruyne go into the middle. Was all expecting to see De Bruyne start in the middle. But yeah, a decent side here going out. It'll be interesting to see how it would have matched up, particularly going with Gundogan and De Bruyne rather than having a bit of creativity with Bernardo Silva or David Silva in the middle, instead going for the more direct approach. For Chelsea, they went with Pedro over Willian on the right wing, which would Hudson-Odoi go into the stand rather than even get onto the bench. Feel dead sorry for that lad. Chelsea blocking his move obviously to Bayern Munich, then promising him more first team appearances and more minutes. Gets to the big games, then all of a sudden he's cast out and not even in the side. And then gone for Higuain up top. Big game this. Manchester United have won, putting Chelsea under pressure. Spurs won previously today in the home game against Leicester, which was a good win for Spurs. We saw Liverpool win yesterday, so it was important that Manchester City picked up a win in this game today. Boy, did they deliver. John Stones also making his 100th appearance for Manchester City too, so well done to John Stones on that. So we're going to crack on with the game. 4 minutes in, quick Kevin De Bruyne free kick. This time it's been allowed, unlike the Newcastle game. Bernardo Silva's in, squares it across, it deflects across the box. Raheem Sterling steaming in and just smacks the ball right into the back of the net. After 4 minutes, that is exactly what we are looking for. And for the 14th time this season in the Premier League, we've scored in the first 15 minutes. It could have been even better though. Minutes later, Bernardo Silva, he worked hard winning the ball back, runs across the box, going from the right-hand side right over to the left, squares it right across Chelsea's defence. Sergio Aguero's waiting at the far post just to tap it in. He relaxes his body and it ends up going just wide. He needs to just, it's like he took his eye off the ball just for that split half a second, and he ended up slicing it and going wide. Sitter in the end, and I was thinking, damn, that was a big chance to get that killer second goal cushion that we are always looking for in the game. And from there, Chelsea were coming forward, having a go, having a lot of possession, making a lot of passes, having shots, trying to make things happen, and they were pressing in numbers, pressing high up, high energy from Chelsea. So I was thinking that second goal was gone slipping through our fingers, and I thought hopefully it's not one of these days. Remember that game against Chelsea a few years back where De Bruyne hit the crossbar and Chelsea ended up winning the game 2-1 when we could have gone 2-0 up? I thought, is that it? Well, no. There we go. We've learnt our lesson since then. 13 minutes in, Zinchenko has a run, finds Sergio Aguero. He's not got a lot of space to work with. Takes one touch, takes another, looks up, 30 yards out, decides he'll have a crack. And man, what a goal from Sergio Aguero. Kepa gets a little hand to it, but it ends up going into the top corner. Absolutely brilliant. And already 13 minutes into the game, Chelsea weren't playing bad and they were coming forward and making things happen. 13 minutes into the game, it was near enough game, set and match from there. Absolutely brilliant, and a sublime goal from Sergio Aguero. Aguero's just getting better and better and better, isn't he? Remember just a couple of years ago everyone was saying Jesus is going to replace Aguero. Aguero's not a Pep Guardiola striker. Well, yeah, he's proving everyone wrong there, isn't he? 19 minutes in, the ball's bouncing in and around the Chelsea penalty area. They're trying to get it clear. Barkley's under it, under very little pressure. Decides to head it back into the danger zone. There's Aguero, who's in, must have been about 3 or 4 yards offside, because it's Barkley heading it back. Not a City player, Barkley of Chelsea heading it back to him. He's there. Doesn't even need to control it. Just slots it past Kepa. He must have been thinking, what the hell is going on here? And 19 minutes in, Aguero ends up making it 3-0. And to be honest, considering Chelsea were playing this well, I couldn't believe our luck. What were Chelsea doing? What were they thinking? It's amateur mistakes. It's poor, really poor. Going forward, brilliant. Defensively, put under pressure. But we weren't putting that much pressure actually for this goal, but put under pressure and they cracked, and it was reminiscent of that game against Bournemouth, and Manchester City were looking to exploit it. 25 minutes in, just over a quarter of the way through the game. Ball comes to Gundogan on the edge of the box. He decides to have a first-time shot, see what happens. It's low down, it's powerful. Kepa, it's a straightforward save just to tip it round the post or tip it away from the danger zone. Instead, it's kind of like he reacts just a smidgen too late. And it ends up going into the back of the net and going into the bottom corner when realistically the ball wasn't even near the bottom corner. He's ended up putting it into the bottom corner. And from a situation where we've had just 5 shots in 25 minutes, we could well have had 5 goals. We should have had 5 goals. We've gone 4-0 up though. To be honest, what a statement. Absolutely brilliant. The game was set, the game was done, the game was dead. There's a good chance now from here being 4-0 up to get that goal difference up on Liverpool and put them under that just a little bit more pressure that we're looking for. As we went through to half-time, Chelsea was still attacking, still trying to make things happen. Higuain had a volley well saved from Ederson who made it look a tad dramatic, I think we'll say, because it looked like just a simple tip over the ball, ends up flying himself to the ground, making things look better perhaps than what they were. Eden Hazard had a shot well saved, and then Pedro, he went close. Ederson rushing out, had no composure, just decided to poke it, and Ederson gathers up down low, making the save that was needed and keeps it at 4-0. And good for Ederson, having a clean sheet at half-time, even though he'd been tested. Chelsea were making things happen. Chelsea, like I said, they played well going forward. They were causing problems. They was having a real go. And I always give credit to teams coming to the Etihad and having a go, so I'm going to give credit to Chelsea. First half, offensively and making things happen, absolutely brilliant, outstanding, showing no fear even at 4-0 down. The problem was leaving too much space in the middle, too much for Gundogan, too much in particular for Kevin De Bruyne just pulling all the strings. We have the old Kevin De Bruyne back from last season at last, and so it was allowing players like Bernardo Silva, Sterling and Aguero all kinds of chances. I said we needed to be clinical in this game. We have been clinical, and that's the difference. I said that it'll decide the game, and it has. Chelsea were clinical at Stamford Bridge. We've been clinical here. That's what's been needed. I had a look at some of the stats at half-time. Near enough 50-50% possession from both sides. Chelsea had near enough as many passes. I think there was just 20 under what Manchester City had and they'd had 8 attempts, Chelsea, to Man City's 5, and we could have had 5 goals. We had 4 on target, and Chelsea had 3 on target from their 8 shots, so they were making things happen. It was just Manchester City were being clinical and punishing every mistake that Chelsea were making, and they were forcing the mistakes, and it shows just how good and just how much quality that we have in our side that we're capable of doing this. Let's not forget, Zinchenko is playing at left back. You'd thought Chelsea had targeted that. They were struggling. There was always going through Hazard, who had a good game. There was always trying to go through Higuain, trying to make things happen. It just wasn't quite there. Second half comes about. Aguero, good ball in from Kevin De Bruyne, heads it straight onto the crossbar, so close to his hat-trick. I think that would have been the perfect hat-trick had he put it away. He didn't have to wait long, though. 56 minutes in, Azpilicueta brings down Raheem Sterling. It's a penalty. Raheem Sterling overhits the ball, but he brings down the man. Mike Dean shows no hesitation, literally no hesitation. On the dot, as soon as he goes down, bam, straight in, penalty. Aguero waits for Kepa to show his body weight, which way he's going. He slots it in the other way and actually finds the corner. Very good penalty from Sergio Aguero. Takes him level now with Alan Shearer, on Premier League hat-trick scored. So he just needs one more hat-trick to overtake Alan Shearer. Completes it, his hat-trick, makes it 5-0. Absolutely amazing. We saw Gabriel Jesus come on for Sergio Aguero, which I'm sure Sergio will be disappointed with. He'll have wanted more, I can guarantee that. He could well have had 5 hitting the crossbar and missing that. He could have had 5. It could have been on for a double hat-trick. Incredible if we'd have been extra clinical and put all of our chances away, but which team does that? And if there is a team that is going to do that, it'll be us. Now, 80 minutes in, lovely chance created. David Silva threads it through beautifully for Zinchenko. Zinchenko does a lovely pullback, dummied from Gabriel Jesus, and Raheem Sterling's there on his left foot, his weaker foot, just to smash it home. It's as simple as that for 6-0 on 80 minutes, and it completes an emphatic win. 6 of the best from Manchester City. Chelsea hit 4-6, absolutely brilliant. Full time, we can't ask for much more than that. We're going to have a look at some of the stats. Like I said, they were quite close at half time, so we'll see how that has expanded into the second half and showed how much Manchester City dominated that game, because Chelsea did really tire in that second half. City with 56% possession to Chelsea's 44, 15 shots for City to Chelsea's 12, 4 on target for Chelsea, 9 on target for Man City, 6 of them have gone away. Brilliant, 681 passes, 92.4% pass completion rate. That's more like it, boys. It showed today. Chelsea, not too bad themselves. 89% pass completion rate, 533 passes. Like I said, they've had a go. You won't think it, 6-0 that they'd had a go, but they had 10 key passes from both sides. 4 clear-cut created for City, 1 for Chelsea. Like I said, that's coming from Kevin De Bruyne. He's been absolutely brilliant in this game. We didn't put as many crosses in, just 6 in this game. We connected with half of them, though, which is good. Chelsea put 11 in, connecting with just 1, so I'm sure they'll be disappointed with that. 2 corners apiece. City ended up having more dribbles. Chelsea were more successful on their dribbles, however. With the tackles, Chelsea ended up making more tackles. City had more interceptions and more blocks and more clearances. So, in actual fact, you expect City to dominate the attacking stats and Chelsea to dominate the defensive stats. None of that. Quite close on both, and Manchester City showing just why they're capable of retaining the Premier League for the first time, I think, in 10 years. We are capable. We're top of the Premier League right now, and we're pushing Liverpool and Tottenham all the way, so it makes for an exciting finale, doesn't it? But overall, Chelsea ran out of steam second half. Offensively, brilliant in the first half, leaving too much space and gaps. From that, I have a feeling over the next couple of weeks, so we've got Newport County who are probably going to park the bus. We've got a match against Schalke who will probably be scared to death coming forwards, that they'll want to be nice and nip and tuck and have a little go at Man City, but overall try and be defensive and keep the score low. They won't want Man City scoring an away goal after all, because we've got them in the Champions League. We've got Chelsea at Wembley, who I'm sure won't be playing with anywhere near as much space as what they did in this game. And then we've got West Ham at the end of the month coming up, who I imagine will probably try and sit a little bit more defensively and try and hit us more on the counter-attack, like what West Ham did against Liverpool at times, but they showed no fear against Liverpool, so I'll be wondering if they do so again. Chelsea showed no fear here, and this is why teams don't like coming to the Etihad and try and be expressive and offensive, because when you get it wrong and you make mistakes, you're going to get hammered. And that's what's happened here. Bernardo Silva, absolutely brilliant. Raheem Sterling, absolutely brilliant. He's got himself a brace. Fantastic. I was a fool not to put Sergio Aguero in my starting lineup in my preview and the prediction for the team lineups. Sergio Aguero, absolutely immense. How dare I forget Sergio Aguero, come of the hour, come of the greatest Manchester City strikers. How dare I leave him out of such a big game. Naughty Jason, learn my lesson there, but absolutely brilliant. So like I said, Newport County, we've got them coming up now. We've had 3 huge games: Arsenal at home, Everton away, Chelsea at home. These were games that Spurs and Liverpool were looking at and thinking, Man City are surely going to drop points. 3 games in 7 days, they're going to drop points there. Not any of it. 3 huge wins out of them 3 games. We're now plus 10 on Liverpool's goal difference. Tottenham are not out of this race either, like I've already mentioned, but Liverpool game in hand comes 2 weeks. I think they're playing on this day in 2 weeks on the Sunday. They've got a match at Old Trafford against an informed Manchester United side who are looking to try and get top 4 themselves. They're now in the top 4 at this moment. Who'd have thought that? They're rejuvenated under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Can they do something against Liverpool? Liverpool know now at Old Trafford, if they want to go top and make that game back, they need a result. They need a draw or a win at Old Trafford. It's easier said than done. They're under pressure. I'm looking forward to this title race. I'm looking forward to the next 12 games in the Premier League, or 12 rounds. City's got 11 games left, obviously, but Liverpool have got 12, so it makes for an exciting finale. I'm looking forward to that, and I'll be with you every step of the way with all of the latest Manchester City news, all the latest Manchester City gossip, all the latest transfer news, all the previews and analysis and everything like that. So make sure you stay tuned for that, because we've got so many videos coming out over the coming months. So if you haven't already, make sure you press the subscribe button, make sure you press the bell and put your push notifications on. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you slap a like on the video so I know you enjoyed the video, and let me know your thoughts of this emphatic 6-0 win for Manchester City in the comments below. Check out my social media links in the description below, and I'll see you all again for the next video. So it's been JSGC. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace. Ciao for now.